stressing a lot of us out. And contentment is more subtle, but it is powerful and sustainable, especially during times of challenge and uncertainty. It's more about appreciation type of happiness.
Appreciating what you have.
That's right.
So we should strive for contentment, not necessarily happiness.
Well, we can have both. Okay. And I think contentment recognizes that there are goals that we want to pursue, but we want to balance that by looking at the good, the joy every day that we can find in the journey, not just myopically focusing on that goalpost.
And I feel like so often you have those goals. You know, you want the new house, you want the new job, but then you get the new house and you're like, okay, now I want to redo the whole house. And then by the time you redo the whole thing, you're like, okay, I want another house. Is that kind of the problem? You're always striving and never really appreciating the moment?
That's absolutely right. That's actually called the arrival fallacy. It's that statement that when I get fill in the blank, then I will be happy, whether it's the new house or the new job or the partner. But we don't always recognize that when we get there, there are challenges. And that type of happiness wears off. So we might find the partner and then realize they snore like a boar, or get the promotion and then there's longer work hours and less leisure time. Or you go on vacation, you rent this beautiful Airbnb that has the view of the ocean, but there are roosters next door. So your entire family's up at 5 a.m. and that did happen to us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you read about that?
It's fairly specific.
Yes.
And your husband clearly snores now.
Didn't hear that from me.
Well, when you talk about contentment, which sounds like something that's more sustainable and longer lasting, but then there can be disruptors in that contentment, especially there are people who may not be, whether consciously or unconsciously, trying to disrupt your contentment. How do you deal with that?
That's right. You know, contentment, that's the beauty of contentment. It lies in yourself. You have the power to control it. It is not passive. And that is the difference between complacency and contentment. Complacency is kind of this passive approach to life. I don't want more.
You said yes.
Happy Monday, kids. I'm eating breakfast.
Kind of just going through the motions.
You're settling.
That's right, you're settling. But contentment, you actually have the power to control your emotions and your moods. And the practices I wrote about in the book literally rewire your brain so we're more attuned to recognizing the good in the everyday along the journey.
What are some things, perhaps even small things, that we can do to find contentment every day in our lives?
Yeah, that's a great question. So let's start off with one easy one, gratitude. You know, gratitude sounds like a really nice thing to do, but it is powerful. It's not only emotionally transforming, it's physically transforming. We have research to show that cardiac patients who experience heart failure, those who kept gratitude journals 8 weeks later showed lower signs of inflammation than those who didn't.
Wow.
So these aren't just nice things, they're transforming. And just thinking about 3 things a day that makes you feel grateful can begin that process to experience those mood elevating benefits, a release of dopamine, which helps with motivation and also elevates your mood. But if you write those things down, you experience those benefits even weeks later.
So it's okay to have goals. You know, you should strive for something, but
Yes.
kind of appreciate the road that it takes to get there.
That's right. That's right. And so often when we get to the goalpost moves, right? Because we're looking for that next thing. And we don't even have time to sit in that moment and appreciate it. But we can even find that fulfillment, that satisfaction in between the goalposts. Because most of our life is actually lived in between hitting those goals.
Yeah. You know, we could sit here and talk
I know,
to you for like 2 hours.
That's great advice. Thank you.
Come back. This is great.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having me.
Daryl, thank you. And still the
Look how present you were right
I
now.
know, you were zoning in.
The next goal
Wow.
was
Still to
Happy Monday, kids. I'm Engelbert Humperdinck.